Hello everyone, I'm the Tumblr Gamer, and welcome to Let's Play Mountain Blade Warband with the Prophesy at Pendor mod. Now, this is another playthrough of the game, but I hope that this will be the definitive playthrough. I think it's my third time playing through the game, but the other two were a little bit... they got cut short for various reasons. Also, I'm not going to go into it now, I'll go into it later, but for anyone who's wondering if I'm stopping my Prisno playthrough, I am not. It's just I've taken some time off because I had a lot of family issues going on. And I'm back now, and I took 2 looks at my Prisno game, and for a variety of reasons, but a major one being, wow, I don't want to jump back into this game that's, in the late stages. I need to go and prepare and get back into Mountain Blade, which isn't a game you really need to get back into too much, but it's been so long since I played this game, I don't know how to do any of the combat. I'm going to have difficulty with the game, so we're going to start a new one. Anyway, so this is a newer version of the mod. It's version 3.8. Has a few changes, mainly the battle size has changed, so I've turned it up to 500. I've not fought a battle on 500 yet, so perhaps that'll change with time. I'm not going to turn the music quite yet, because the title music's very loud compared to the rest of the music in the game. Don't know why Prisno and this and Pendor do this both, which is annoying. Love English. Let's make a new character. So there might be a goddess speaking, which I'll be quiet for if it happens. I might need to turn on the music though once we get into the game for that to happen. So if you care about that, I'll be quiet, and you guys pay attention. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through this because we made characters 1,000 times. I'm going to try making the hardest, or like the worst character I can. It's like no one, fend for myself, being a huntsman, whatever.
The die has been cast. You have set sail for Pendor.
Okay, I guess it's going to wait for me to turn on the music. Alright, so we're going to do Iron Man mode, so no quitting without saving. Some charisma. I want to put most of it to strength, though. We're probably going to get up to like 20 strength or something before I really get moving. We're going to be doing a lot of trading as per usual, but unlike I usually do, I'm going to be doing a lot of showing you guys my trading, because I've gotten a lot of comments, mostly on older videos, but a few on some newer ones. I figured that it is worth talking about. Will be Chuck Finley as per usual. Oh. A lot of people have been complaining about, like, how'd you get all that money in one episode? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? And I assume those people wanted to see me... first of all, let's do our 1 randomization in order to see what our character will look like. We'll do 1, and then we'll keep with it. Alright, we have a weird nose, but there we go. That's Chuck Finley. Start from the middle, the smack dab middle of the map. We'll turn on the music, and then I'll get back to what I was saying.
Thank you, Chuck, for heeding my call and returning to Pendor. More than ever, we desperately need your aid. Pendor has fractured into factions yet again, just as we need union most desperately. New enemies have invaded us, and old ones have returned in force. We are poor to seek out the evil goddess Azidah and destroy her once and for all. On behalf of the people of Pendor, my champion, will you once again take up the sword?
Alright, so that is a reference to the first Why Is This Not 500? There we go. That's a reference to the original game, but yeah, a lot of people have been saying things like, how'd you get all this money at the beginning? And originally I thought that was people saying, hey, we want you to show how you trade in this game. I was thinking, alright, that's fair. I'll show an episode or 2 of me trading, then I'll do it off screen, because I can do it very quickly off screen. Also, I find watching people trade in this game extremely boring. It's relaxing when I do it, especially because I can listen to videos and other Let's Plays and podcasts while I play off screen. But a lot of people continually say, wow, you did an episode off screen, even though I said that what I was going to do. How'd you get all this money? Are you cheating? Are you cheating? So I'm just going to show me trading the entire time. So, welcome back to Pendor. As you can see, this map has gotten a lot of visual improvements, which is nice. The Deshars have changed their faction color. I did do a recording of this game before. I recorded about 2 episodes, and then I basically was like, okay, that was horrible, because I talked about this entire game like you had never seen it or never heard of it. And I don't really want to do that, because I find that aggravating. Just sell some of this to get some starting money off, but pretty much here we are. I will talk about the mod a little bit. I will talk about some of the gameplay aspects to it that make it unique compared to other mods. But mainly, I just want to zone out and play this game. I just want to get into it. So we're going to be trading right now. There is a trade route on this map that I used to follow all the time. It's very simple, very easy to follow, but I have recently discovered in that first video sort of test, I guess it ended up being, that there is not actually as set prices as there used to be. For instance, in the past, you can come down here to Singal or whatever, buy date fruit for like 20 dinars, come up here and sell them for like I think it was like 300 to 200 at least, so over 10 times the price of whatever you bought them for in here. Big profit. You can do the same thing with flax over here and sell it in Avendor, make great profit, very easy. It was just running around the map, getting to know everything. Very, very mindless, relaxing sort of trading. Every once in a while you'll pick up a cheap thing of velvet or something along the way. But for some reason, this mod has changed that. And it's not a, an economy-changing mod. There are some mods that'll make it so you can change the economy of the map in different ways, so that'll mostly change businesses and then how much different items sell for, which is really nice if you're trading, because otherwise it can be a little boring. There's no such mod, though, that I can find, no option I can find in this game, so I'm not sure if the prices will be totally the same again or not. I do need to pay quite a bit of attention, so I'm sorry if I get off track every once in a while commentating. That's why I also don't like commentating while I'm trading, because at this point in the game, we are one person. We could get killed by anything. We absolutely will be captured a few times, which is a little annoying to think about, but I have a feeling we're going to be able to persevere. I don't really know why I'm going into the tower. Oh, wait, I do know why. There are 2 companions I want to get in this mod before we really, really start adventuring. As you can see, look, date fruit here are now 141. Very strange. Also, we can't join tournaments because we need more renown, which is kind of cool, but also tournaments are a really great way to make money early on. Yeah, so look, so date fruit will be of a 6 dinar profit. For some reason, all of the prices around the map are very balanced at the moment, which is absolutely infuriating. So we're pretty much going to need to almost just wait a week and not do anything while the economy tries to figure itself out. So until then, we'll just kind of walk around. I'll show you the trade route I would do. So I'd buy date fruits from there, bring them over here. I get killed by some random bandits that hide in the millions of trees on the map. I know it makes it look pretty, but from a game point perspective, when I'm running around and there are 500 different bandits or minor factions units sprinkled around the map, and I can't tell which one is friendly and which one is an enemy, and I run into them, that's annoying, because they come out of the trees, and in the split second I see them. I see this guy, I'm like, oh, death cult. Purple. No faction's purple until I make my faction, because purple's the only other color I'd probably use on this map right now. Besides maybe white. I'm not sure. We'll see what we end up doing with our flag. But boom, that pops up, and then there's like bandits, which are white. Which, oh, actually, I forgot there's no white faction anymore. That's cool. But then there are these little bandits that are like the Red Brotherhood or something. They're red, so then sometimes I'll see them. They're a different shade, but it's still like in the split second I get from when they pop out of the freaking forests. It's hard to tell exactly whether or not they're hostile or not. Flax bundle. I don't want to buy these for under 100, so I'll buy one just because we're not doing anything, but it's not really going to make us any profit. Let's go up north. I'm going to assume that most of you kind of know what this mod is. If you don't, you'll learn as we go, because I'll mention little things that I find pleasing. One of my big things with this mod at the moment is that I don't know if it's my favorite mod anymore. This used to be, by far, without any competitors, my favorite mod. But after playing Prisno for a while, I found Prisno to be a little more enjoyable. Especially after playing Prisno, or this mod, for a second time. Or, I don't know why second time, played it lots of times. But after playing this mod again, especially after so long of not doing the beginning parts, because I'll have saves of this mod, and I will simply be like, oh hey, here's an old save of the mod. I'll go, I check the taverns, whoops. I'll go be like, hey, I'm a lord in this save, I remember doing this, it's a little old, but whatever. I'll play that save, and I'll be like, hey, I have a save now that's got 700 renown or whatever, right? Or sometimes I'll just restart it, and I'll be like, hey, whatever, I'll just do a new save. But I don't do that too often. I'm usually playing on an old save because it takes a while to conquer the whole map. So I can always hop onto an old save, be like, oh hey, I remember one of these two saves. I'll go and play from this one. You know, not much has changed, very easy to jump back into it. Unless you're doing a Let's Play on a Prisno file, in which I need to know all of my old plans or else I look like a freaking idiot. But anyway, I digress. With this mod, though, especially the beginning, seems a lot harder than I remember it. I'm not sure what it is. Perhaps it's just me commentating over it so I don't pay as much attention, but I run into bandits all the goddamn time. But I don't remember having so much difficulty in Prisno. I remember it being like, okay, this is difficult. Also, these freaking forest robbers blend into the grass. I know you have to be half blind to not see, but when it's coming out of a tree in the middle of the day, that time wasn't a good example, but sometimes, oh, here we go. These are still expensive, but I'll buy them for now. Let's go to, I think they sell for really well at Windholm. Go there. Yeah, when like someone pops out like that, I don't always know if they're friendly or not. I need to get some Pathfinder, or no, what is it? Spotting. I need spotting, which is something I would never put my own points into or party members unless they were like maxed out. But I think there's a couple party members that start for pretty high. Yeah, this sells for pretty good here. I think I remember there being a couple party members who start with pretty high spotting. If that's the case, I will gladly take them. Now where? Come on. Oh, here we go. Here's one of our characters that I want. So she is actually going to be our medic. I'm pretty much going to have the same party as I have in my other playthroughs of this game. Well, exactly the same. She's one of the two, though, that costs nothing to get. You guys can read this if you want about her background. Hold this position, infantry, apparently. So, there are a few new options regarding your companions in this mod, which I'm really excited for. First of all, I did not get any, I just realized I have no skill in, what do you call it? Inventory management. Usually that's a prerequisite for some mods. I don't think it is in this one. I still like it, though, because I like having more inventory space. So first of all, I can say, stay back from the fighting, can't risk you getting hurt, because she will be our medic. So now, this companion will be placed at the last place in the party each time a battle starts. So, for those of you who do not know, which I would understand if you don't, if you're new to this game, or even if you've been playing it for a while, I was a little slow on it myself. Oh, sorry. This order up here actually matters. A lot of people, a lot of YouTubers that I've seen, will just kind of be like, oh hey, this is like whatever, you know, just put your troops up here. And honestly, 90% of the time, I might do the same thing. Especially if I'm not just constructing a party from scratch. If I'm constructing a party from scratch, I'll make it all nice and orderly. And the second I pick up more than 10 prisoners, I'll be like, hey, none of this matters anymore. But this list actually determines the order in which your party members go out to battle. It has changed a little bit. For instance, I'm pretty sure if you put all of your horsemen on the very top, you'll get about 90% horsemen or whatever, but you'll still get a few archers and infantry. I could be wrong about that, but this order does matter. The ones on the high part usually get deployed first. So I like keeping her at the top because obviously I don't want to have to scroll the way down whenever I need her, which is what I usually put my medics at. But I can keep her up here now because of this option, which is cool. I'm also going to tell her what to use. I don't remember. Yeah, she has no throwing or power draw skill. She also has terrible strength. I don't even know if there's a crossbow she can use in the world. But we'll see. So I'll say start upgrading your armor and horse. You're going to be using... I think I want her to have a polearm, a crossbow. There's bolts. There's lots of bolts. No one should be getting near her, so it shouldn't be such a big deal. In fact, let's actually make sure she doesn't have a horse. Just because if she has that option ticked on, she probably won't pick up any heavy crossbows if she can ever use them in the future. At that point, I probably won't care what the hell my medic can do, but I still want to. That's interesting. Really? The minor factions fight each other? I've never noticed that. That's super cool. That could help a lot with some mods that try adding a bunch of strong bandits and they end up just slaughtering everyone. Because they'll kill all the lords. I feel like that's not cheap salt, but there's so much of it. I'd like to think that I'd get a good deal for it somewhere else. I'm a little rusty on all the numbers as well, so you're gonna have to forgive me a little bit as I try to remind myself how much everything is worth. Yeah, so flax bundle here is the cheap. Yes, that salt didn't seem very cheap. I'm not buying flax here though. I'm gonna buy flax from up here. So I still have dumb names, by the way, for all the factions, for most of them. For instance, well, obviously Ravenstern, which is this northern faction, is called Ravenstern. It's not very hard to pronounce. Deshars or Deshars, not very hard to pronounce. The Empire is now just Bacchus Empire. It used to be called... was it just called The Empire? I think it was just called The Empire. I'm just going to call it The Empire still. I'm just going to call it Empire, because there's no other empire on the map. Well, yet. Now, these two are the ones that I get annoying. I don't want to try to pronounce this name. What is it called? Ferdashivin, or whatever. I know I butchered it, and that's why I'm not going to say it all the time. As well as Ser Leon. I might say it a few times if I want to feel like a prick. But I'll probably just call them sirloin, which is what that looks like, and I like steak. Well, these guys are the Nords. They will always be the Nords or the green guys, because that word makes my head hurt. So that's what they are from now on, so I apologize if, I don't know, for some reason that offends you. Okay, yeah, cool. Her brother basically got killed while they were traitors. She's not very broken up about it. Flax bundles. Yay, lots of flax bundles. Good. This is actually going a lot faster than it did in my first run through. Oh, Ensign, here's our other guy. He is supposed to be your medic, but I find his story interesting, so please slow down and read it if you haven't. I'll summarize it really quick, though. I know it probably sucks for those of you who paused it immediately and read it. We're just like, okay, I'll just take the quick version. Basically, he's a guy who was... Oh, I forgot to set her to my medic. Okay, we have no medic. I'll change it. Change to the doctor. There we go. But actually, let's do it in order of how we got them. That's kind of cool. I usually do it in terms of, what do you call it? In terms of wage, but since they're both the same level, it doesn't matter. So he basically was raised up as the something son of a noble, I think, and his father basically decided for him that, hey, you're going to join the monastery, but never told him about that. And eventually the monk that was tutoring him let it slip, and he left and was like, I'm going to go join a mercenary company and be a man. So he did that, and then he always acts like he's going to be the medic, even though he said, I want to be like a man and a knight. Which I find cool, because I think that's, I don't know, like romantic in a way. But then he always acts like he's a freaking medic, which he's clearly supposed to be, because his stats are, I mean, they're not great, but he's definitely a medic. Oh, Linsel also has higher trade than us, that's cool. Oh, I also call her Liesel because Leslie or whatever, Leslie. Oh, that's supposed to be Leslie? That took me years to figure out. Never call her Leslie. I don't even know that's correct. The hell away from you, raiders. Bye, peasants. Sucks to be you. Some cheap-ish iron. I'll grab like 2 of it. I don't really want to buy it that cheap. Buy 1 just because, but... I actually need to figure out exactly who I'm going to put in my party. I don't really want to get any extra party members at the moment. Simply due to the fact that I have... Do I have no... Oh my god, I don't have a shield. Let me go fix that. In the pretty likely chance we get into a fight, I would like to have a shield on me. Obviously, it does not need to be anything good. This wooden shield will work just fine. But as long as I have a shield, I'm going to be 9 times as effective as I would without one. So that's good. I like that shield too. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, so it is fun late game when you start wandering around the map as a king or a lord, you get into a fight, and then you see up on the kill feed Anson take down an enemy knight, which is cool. I guess that's another thing I find interesting that I'll go over. See, like, look, this thing... Whoa, what the f... Oh, he's way quicker than me because all his goods I have. Yeah, we're about to get captured. We might have a chance against these guys. Probably not, though. This is one of my issues with this game, is that this is the only bandit group, by the way, that might be able to... We might be able to fight. Try and kill your horse, buddy. Oh, no, we're dead. We're dead. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, we're screwed, by the way. So, you see, every enemy party in this game, from the weakest party to the best, has a couple of super troops in it that cannot be hurt by weak soldiers like us. What this ends up doing is that even small parties can be a little bit fun later on. But at the beginning of the game, the only time you actually be fighting small parties, because the small ones will run away from you late game, is you end up just getting What the fuck? Why did I swing like that? You end up getting absolutely boned early game. You can't get into a fight with anyone, and if you're trying to trade, like, oh, I don't know me, you run into an enemy party. Wow. Liesl's still somehow alive. You end up running into an enemy party, and you get clobbered by them. Because you're trading all this heavy stuff, and you can't hold it all. Really? Did he just duck under my freaking attack? That's aggravating. Oh, 0 damage. Love that. Couldn't even give me a pity 1 damage. We're about to die, but... Just want to kill 1 more of these bastards. Make me feel a little better about myself. Oh, we actually hit them twice in a row. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, we hit 1 in the head. Is it Christmas already? What the fuck? I had my shield up. Guess we're about to lose half our stuff and all of our companions. Okay, so we lost some money. Where's all of our stuff gone? Oh, they took my fucking horse. Really? And 2 flax bundles. Yeah, welcome to this game. So now we have no horse. So I actually need to go invest in a horse in the first episode because we already lost it. Isn't that sad? That's expensive. We don't even have money for that. I need to go find a cheapo horse. Yeah, we might need to invest in some nobles. I want a horse, but fine. Okay. Here's my big issue with this game, is just those little mercenary groups. I think I can't understand why he does them. So he says this is supposed to be a hard game, and I get that. I understand, it's a hard game, don't, we're warning you, don't play this mod if you're not experienced, but like, how do I counter, just trading off at the start of the game and everyone being faster than me and not afraid? Like, look, okay, so that guy, I run away from him. I'm actually quicker than him, just barely, even without my horse. But it doesn't matter how big a party is. They can have a party of 3 guys. 90% of the time, they have some knight in their party that I can't even damage. Ugh. Every time I complain about this game, it makes me feel like, oh, you're just bad, that's why you don't like it. It's like, it's like I'm not the best player in the game, I understand, but please. Okay. Never even been up here all the way. Yeah, let's continue. As long as the actual Night Orders not come and pop out a single and kill me, I'll be happy. I love how the Monarchs hire mercenary companies. It's pretty cool. Okay, date fruit. Cool. Let's take all of it and sell it as fast as we... Oh, we have no money. Okay, can I sell these? Almost. Yeah, put one back. As long as we don't get captured, we should be alright. I still don't have a horse, mind you. But I think that if we persevere, we'll be okay. We also now have some nobles with me, which might be my fault for being stingy, not getting them in the first place. But I despise... Oh, that's a lame horse, that's why. I despise having mercenaries this early. I don't like any sort of expense. I barely can deal with the companions that we end up getting. It's not very cheap. I want to sell them for like 150. Alright, let's keep going. Jesus Christ. Just turn around, buddy. Just run first person. Let's see here. For this brief while I'm not shouting at the game, I guess I can quickly talk about something that I've found very interesting lately. So I've been taking a few classes for grapes. Do you have any grapes? Oh, you do. You have one thing of grapes. We'll go to Ethos then. I would stop by Lara on the way, but any Noldor there will kill me instantly. Oh, Christ, are you quicker? Oh, you're not. Idiot. Bye-bye. Oh, that guy's still slower than me. Cool. And he'll kill those farmers and stay away from me. Cool. I'm such a nice guy. Ooh, robbers. Oh my god, we can actually kill someone. Maybe they'll have a horse. Go, men. No, go. Go, make me proud. I'll be right behind you. Oh, the god, they have bows. I have a bow, you idiots. Yes, I've been taking a college course recently. I don't know why I said college course. It feels weird. What other course would I be taking? But it was on American history. And I don't find American history particularly extremely interesting. That's not because I don't like America. It's not because, you know, I live here, fuck. But it's mostly due to the fact that I find more ancient history interesting. And I feel like there's three types of people. There's people who just like history and they like all of it. I'm a little bit of that. There's people who only like ancient history. Yeah, obviously I'd like ancient history more than more modern stuff. There's ones that only like more modern history. Like, they hate everything else. And I love how there's such a large difference between the two. Wow, my party already ate half our profit. Cool. Good job, guys. A braced wooden shield. It's much better than my normal wooden shield. Nothing else. Oh, sturdy pilgrim's hood. There we go. Cracked hunting bows, garbage. Oh, I might actually have better shoes. Yay, shoes. Okay, cool. Party, do you want... No! Wait, what? My party didn't take anything, though. Oh, shit, I have no companions anymore. God damn it. We just lost a bunch of money for no reason. Son of a bitch. This place is under siege. Don't worry, we have grapes. Boom. Oh my god, and date fruit. And you have cheap wine. Where can I sell this for a good price? I should check to see if Liesel is here. Wine too. Oh my god, Sir Leon Rand. Jesus, we're going to buy so much wine here. But anyway, sorry, back to my point, though, I was trying to make. Is that there's lots of different types of people, but everyone seems to have their own opinion on things, and I find that very weird because history shouldn't be controversial because it's the fucking past. I get why modern history is controversial, don't get me wrong. That's part of the reason why I hate modern history, is that it's all freaking controversial and everyone's got like 500 opinions on the damn thing. Because it affects modern day things. So I understand why that's controversial. That makes sense to me. I don't, however, understand how something not even that modern can be so different. Like people's, how do I say this? People's, not even opinions, takes on certain modern events can be so crazily different than someone else's. Even when it's on the same event. Because it's not, like, for instance, this is like a real thing, by the way, in case, like, I don't know, maybe you haven't been to school for a while, or, like, you're not in college or something, but, like, every history teacher I've had so far has been, like, a huge commie, which is, like, weird. I'm sure that's not all of them, but, like, the 3 I've had, all huge, like, just because it didn't work once doesn't mean it can't work, which is, like, they should know better being history teachers, because, it didn't just not work once, it didn't work, like, in a lot of places. But whatever, again, everyone's got their own opinion on things, though. Like, I've met crazy people on the internet that love communism, think Stalin was a really cool guy. That's whatever. But every teacher I've met has been saying, like, all these crazy things about history, and they always try to rope it into stuff they care about, even though it's something totally different. Like one professor, like the professor I'm talking about now in, wow, this is all really cheap freaking flax. We're learning about early American history at the moment. Not early, perhaps, but it's more... it's post-Civil War stuff. So, sort of early, I guess. Not quite. Probably middle at this point. American history. And, oh Christ, the Knights of Dawn start off hostile towards you, and they're about to come and kill me. Thank God. Who's this guy on my ass? No, that's someone else. Okay, I keep mistaking myself for a bandit half the time. Jesus. Let's go north. Let's go find a cheap horse after I sell all this stuff. God damn it, no. Go towards these lords. Yeah, you idiot. But yeah, he always tries to rope things into, like, being communism and, like, the first signs of communism in the U.S. and, like... And at first you think, like, okay, maybe he's, like, a super, like, Red Scare kind of guy, like, never got over that phase. But then he keeps talking about it like it's this this amazing thing and, like, how it failed to, like... I don't know, it's just very strange. And it's like, okay, we are... he keeps trying to rope things into, into some bigger narrative of history, and like some sort of progression towards communism or something. It's like very, very strange to be a part of. So that's my 2 cents. Whoa, those are pretty cheap tools. Velvet's not cheap though. This is my 2 cents, but yeah, I find that extremely interesting. And I've always considered myself pretty open-minded to not like that sort of like I don't really know how to say this, but like I've always found like looking at things from a new perspective interesting, especially in regards to history, like different ways of approaching history. Like, oh hey, Alexander the Great, like maybe not a great dude, ended up killing a lot of people just so he could be famous. It's like, okay, like that's a good take on that, right? Like Dan Carlin is like really famous podcaster. His first one was all about how fine, I'll get 2 of you. Might as well, just a little extra, a couple guys. Dan Carlin, his crew. Oh, forgot to check how much the tools were telling for. His first episode was like Alexander versus Hitler, which was obviously not supposed to be like Alexander equals Hitler, but it's supposed to talk about how historical time, like distance in terms of time, can change your view on stuff. And that right now, a lot of cultures think, at least in America, we think Alexander the Great's pretty cool. You know, he brought Hellenism, spread Hellenism, you know, spread all these things. But in reality, you know, he just killed a lot of people and made sure that he brought people along to write about it. Jesus, this guy's really coming after me. Can you get away from me? And I find that, you know, fascinating. I find that sort of thing fascinating. Why are there no messages, by the way, popping up here? There's nothing been on the log recently. I feel like, how strange. I fucking forgot where we were selling these tools at. Is it down here? Oh, Christ, no. Oh, they got him faster. Oh, actually, may have been. Sell for quite a bit more here. I'll sell them all. I find that stuff very interesting. Sir Alistair. They changed everyone's armor. I really like it. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about trying to do a podcast, maybe just like in my free time besides YouTube. YouTube's a ton of freaking fun and makes it so I can play games and like still do something that I could trick myself into saying is productive. But oh jeez, I actually need more food now. I have troops and crap. This is why I don't like having people around to eat all my shit. Just like real life. It's all this wine we've been carting around. I don't want to. I'm sure they're gonna say, "Oh, sell or buy fish here, sell it somewhere else." But I don't want to carry around things my troops are just gonna eat. Learned that from the grapes. There we go. There's some stuff. There is an option. I wonder if it got turned on in accident. Important news only. Okay, no, it's off. So that's strange. But I was looking at some of the research that guy like Dan Carlin does, which obviously, you know, he's one of the, I think, best history podcasters. It's a weird word. Podcasters. But, you know, he's exceptional at what he does. So perhaps he should not be the standard, but he and his team, because I know he doesn't work alone, I'm not sure if he just reads the books or whatever, but there's a lot of... Oh, Jesus, I don't want to run into that. Yeah, kill those farmers, thank you. Oh, Christ, that was close. You know, they collectively read a lot of material. And that's a little overwhelming, because I don't want to do a bad job at something, you know. I don't want to like half-ass something when you put effort into it. You know, I don't think anyone should. Oh Christ, we're about to get attacked by... Nope! Oh, it just took a while to load that. That was weird. Oh, a drunk. Hello. He drew his sword already. Means we can fight him. If you attack them before they draw their sword, you can't... you get minus opinion. Doesn't mean anything, but... Why can't I stab? Oh, because this is a scimitar. Jesus, people, get the hell out of the way. You're asking to get cut in an accident. Oh, whoops. Oh, Christ. Jesus Christ, this guy can take a lot of hits. Such a waste. I feel so bad. I like our old sword better. Just the Anson or something. Anson's not with us, damn it. I'll keep it around until we find Anson. I didn't get to see if there was anyone we knew here. No. So glad I took time out of my day to go do that. A soft voice awakens me. Unsettled, okay. Ale to... Oh, really? The Nords? Nords need more ale, imagine that. What a stereotype. Anyway. Notorious Outlaw and Highwayman. That sounds like fun. Kill them, men. I'll come with you. There's a lot of reading goes on into it. And I got a subscription to Audible recently. Been listening to a lot of audiobooks. Which has been enjoyable, but it's been a lot more of like sort of bread and butter reading. Like, that sounds so weird, but it's like The Prince by Machiavelli. Fuck you! Oh my god, I hit him. That was really cool, actually. Go kill him. Go kill him before he kills me. I'll shoot him. Because I'm never going to get a chance of doing that again. Oh, damn it, they knocked out one of my guys. I wish my medic was here, fuck. Be like that sort of stuff where it's not really about a topic. I'm not sure if there's a word for this or like a categorization set up already. But we have not killed, we've killed one of them apparently. I remember seeing that guy pop up. Ooh, nice shot. Oh Christ, he's coming at me. Ooh, that was a good shot. Can I take that horse, please? Leather draped horse. Yes! Aha! Oh, and the poor bastard's on the ground. Oh, I really wanted to get that kill, whatever. Good job, man. Wow, we only got one guy knocked out. Kill count. Oh, it says my kill count there? That's so cool. We got a highwayman. This guy got upgraded. Cool. This is going to be the core of our army for a while, by the way, these nobles. So you're used to seeing them. Oh, hell yeah. This is one nice thing about having slightly better enemies at the beginning, is that you end up getting a light crossbow is 10 strength. Jesus. Our medic's never going to be able to use any of this stuff. But you end up getting cool gear pretty early on just from bandits. Like, we're going to be doing a lot of fighting over here against the J2 once I get some money coming in. And we're going to be going over there a lot, which will be fun. We'll get a lot of really good gear. Sell all of this junk. Yeah, you know, I didn't need that sword. I just sold some ale. I did not mean to sell that. But yeah, so you know, like my weird categorization of history books ends up being something like, there's like 3 kinds of history books almost. There are general history books that are like, well, there are history books about a certain culture or event. You know, like for instance, I can see behind me is a brief history of Scotland or something that's like 1,000 pages long, which will be a fun read. Then let's see. And there's one about like the Roman Empire or the Roman Republic. And what else? Too dark in my room to see. Oh wow, there's actually like an example of almost all of them. But so like those 2 are sort of general histories. I also have one about Midway somewhere in my room, the Battle of Midway. So those are like pretty general history. Like, okay, these are history books. This is, you know, what you're going to be reading if you're interested in a certain event, or you just have to read it for like a paper. Which is what my friends say. That's the only reason you read history books for. They don't really, but my friends are actually, despite all the college drinking that some of them do, they're actually pretty knowledgeable at this kind of stuff, which is nice. But anyway, to get back on track, a Courser would be nice to have right now, but I know it's just going to get stolen when I get killed by some bandit party. I do need a horse, but I think it's just going to be a really cheapo one. I can find anyone cheaper than this. Oh, forgot to go check the tavern to see if there's someone to sell this, let me ransom this person too. Hello. Good, there we go. Yeah, so those are general history books. Then there are history books about concepts. So, for instance, a really famous one would be Guns, Germs, and Steel. Another one I have behind me is called Collapse, which might be by the same guy. I could be wrong, though. But both of them are about how societies can collapse. I don't know. I've done most of Guns, Germs, and Steel. But there's a lot of stuff in there very interesting. I haven't gotten to Collapse too much yet. You know, all very interesting books. And that's another type of... God, this ale does not sell for much more here. Those are all very interesting books, though, of course. And... I've not found my freaking companions again. And then there's another one that's... it's a little bit rarer of one, because it can fit into the other 2 categories, but because of the age, they've... to me, they've almost become a different genre. It's more of a subgenre, really. So maybe there's only 2 types of history books, but They're sort of like the bread and butter ones, the old classics, where they're like Marcus Aurelius's The Meditations. Or, see, like, that looks like a faction troop right there. Oh my god. And I didn't buy a horse because I'm a cheap bastard. See, like, I can't deal with this crap. God, we're gonna mow down before we make it there. Go get him, horsemen. Should probably take one of their horses, to be honest. That's probably dumb. Wow, they already got knocked out. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, the AI is so dumb in this game, it hurts. Oh, give me that horse. Oh my god, we might... No. No, horsey. Oh, yes. No, horsey. Jesus Christ. Whatever. Let's just get into this. Come at me, you bastards. Oh, 6 damage. That's good. Help your commander, damn it. Okay, shields down. Oh my god, I actually blocked his attack once. Jesus Christ, buddy, help me, please. Okay, we lost men. Okay, bye, men. Cool. Now we're running. See, these guys look exactly like this faction. This is the shit I'm talking about. Ugh. So annoying. I didn't even level up. Forgot about that. Here we go. Strength, put that into that. Make me better at fucking stabbing people because I can't hurt anyone yet. But yeah, like The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Those sort of books where it's like, these are old books that have stood the test of time, people still read. Although a lot of times I found it's just because of how interesting that person is, but one that I just finished recently was The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, which he was an interesting person, but I feel like when you're comparing him to like Sun Tzu or Marcus Aurelius, you know, it is really just the book being good is why it's still being used. And that's like the third category that I'm reading a lot of right now, which are super interesting to read, and I love it. Especially because, you know, you're hearing what these ancient people, you know, thought about, which is quite cool. But it doesn't exactly create a lot of like information I can write down into some sort of script for a podcast. You know, just because it's like, these are all ideas of another person that can't go into some sort of narrative style of a podcast. Which is what I'd like to do. I'd like to discuss some event or mostly just an event. We'll see. You know, it's a shame that stuff like that. I need to buy a horse. No matter what it is, I just need a horse. That's, oh my god, it's my cheapo horse I've been looking for my whole life. Yay! Yay, we got it. Actually, there's some more mercenaries here. I might need them. Cheap ones, nope. Damn it. Yeah, I'm on those a lot right now. I've been looking on Audible for some books that I could use as a podcast. Unfortunately, though, there aren't a lot that you can use as a podcast. For instance, I have a list on my phone every time I come up with a decent idea. I try to figure out how many books I can get on it and such. So some of them are ideas that are just hard to find books on. So for instance, one that I really want to do is on the final Byzantine and Persian War, which occurred right before like the rise of Islam in the Arabian Peninsula and then spread around the world. Because I find that fascinating. I find that war fascinating. What I don't find fascinating is the religious things behind it, and all about how I forgot to check the tavern, and about the rise of Islam and, you know, Muhammad coming out and the caliphs. I don't find that interesting. For a few reasons, mainly, of course, because that would start like a flame war I would never want to have to deal with. But the other reason is that that is something that is interesting in and of itself. But what I find interesting is the two old empires clashing together and sort of the final big showdown in that region. Granted, there are wars between like the Ottomans and the Safavid Persians later on, which is interesting as well. But I find the former conflict more interesting. So I'd like to do a book on that, but every time I try looking for something on it, it's like, oh, you want to learn about the rise of Islam? I'm like, no, I'd like to have maybe 2 sentences about that to close it all off. Be like, and then this is where, like, oh, damn it, they just spawned a heretic army. You know, this is where, oh god, this is sad, I can't, like, remember the Emperor's name. Why can't I remember this? Hercules. Probably didn't learn how to pronounce his name correctly. You know, this is where, like, everything he'd done his whole life has been for naught. That sort of deal. But, for the most part, I just like to know about the Persian and Byzantine point of view of it. And I'm having trouble looking down or finding books for that. And the worst part is that I don't have a ton of time nowadays to sit down and read a book, which I know sounds like, oh, like, you know, don't you want to go sit down and read a book, but you play video games for YouTube? Like, yes, but the thing is that a lot of my time now is spent working. Obviously, that's how work works. But what's different about it is that some days, and this is not because I'm a slacker, by the way, I work at a catering company. So when I go and do these events, so basically at this catering company, which is where you go and serve at parties and stuff, I work half the time, not even half the time, maybe a third of the time at actual parties. I'll grab the extra nobles, why not? I'll work a bit of the time working actual parties. I will work where I will be totally attentive and helping everyone and everything, right? Yeah, as you're supposed to do. You know, because I'm working. But the other 2/3 of the time when I'm in the kitchen, which is either half the time washing dishes or half the time cooking something, I don't need to be under constant supervision or be helping people, is what I should say. I don't need to be helping people the entire time. I don't need someone to come up to me and be like, hey, where's like the bathroom and all this stuff. I don't need to help them with that because I'm at my office. I'm in the office building or whatever, cooking. Right? So during that time, I can pop in some headphones and listen to my audiobooks. So I would like to find an audiobook of whatever thing I'd like to be researching for a podcast for. But Audible doesn't have anything on that. And any podcast I'd like to use, I can't use, because then it's like, oh, hey, now I'm plagiarizing off of someone. So it gets very mucky. Pretty fast. I can't find these damn companions. I just asked someone where they are. Ooh, this is also a 53-minute video. Hey, look what happens when I'm having fun recording this. Alright then, I will see you guys all next time. We'll be continually trading until we can get enough money for a couple businesses. I'm thinking maybe 10 in total, like 2 in each faction. Which sounds like a lot, but the more we get, the quicker it'll come. Eventually we'll get to the point where we can basically wait a week and then we'll be able to get a new dye works somewhere. Just off of the money that we get alone from the businesses. And from that point, we're going to be hiring a full party of these nobles, going into the Jatu territory and just killing Jatu riders and getting some of their cool stuff. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.